Everything seems to be decent. Everything hopefully seems to be running. No drop frames, we are golden. And let's just very much hope that I don't fumble the first few matches, that would be nice. Although again, it probably would help if I actually do some warm-up matches before doing the stream. That might help ease that transition a little bit. But it is what it is. Let's see about getting started and see if we get more dang Celestials, especially since I believe a tournament's going on at the moment, so I don't know how it's going to affect things. A no-named Infernal. We already got the Smurf accounts coming in. It's a little bit telling, I guess. This could be a pro. We'll know in a moment. So early Iron Vault. I did the scan early because that would help refund some of the energy at the very least. Don't think it's anything too drastic, but I'd rather do it now. Maybe get a sense of something while... Because like I said, it gives my energy back a little bit, so... I don't feel like I'm being punished too terribly much when I use my Sovereign's Watch there later. But we see them gain Fiends at the very least. That's all I can say. Brutes and Fiends. And then we'll just see how my game is with Infernals, because I'm not very optimistic, or at least I haven't really got much matches to practice with that. Yep, just gotta get power up, and then we're golden.
We're out of power. Build more power banks.
So it's a little unfortunate, it's gonna hurt my production a little bit, but... They teleport back, or at least they gave up on it at the very least. Also, I was supposed to get Therium with a bit of a problem for this opener. Slight bit of an oversight there, but because I think the build is to try and go Creator, so this is a bit delayed, which is fine. They hurt their infestation process a little bit there by burning energy on this. Oh, yeah, it's just best to build this now rather than get the Morph Core. See if we can at least get the Mastiff while I'm waiting for my Kree. A little bit slower than I like, because the whole plan was to get this mining Therium quickly. Although with them being as aggressive as they are, I probably would not have been able to do it anyway very effectively. Because they would be losing health as was mining.
My strength is yours.
At least we're getting some damage in, may not mean much. But it enabled a few kills there, which hopefully helps a bit. Sadly, I don't really want to surge just yet, but... Let me actually get my economy built up there, because everything's a little bit late, I will admit. Although I should be surging this at the same time. I'm not feeling familiar with this build, that's the only problem with it. Now I should surge it since it'll keep me in the positive to an extent. We'll get you going over there. We'll soon have a roly-poly and be able to do a little bit of damage, I guess. Gotta figure out where they're going, though. Yeah, we'll get the speed boost, that'll be helpful there. Get more of these roly-polies going. And see if we could contest them slightly. And meanwhile, let's actually get some resources going. Now I gotta figure out where they're going so I can actually confront them. That's a bit of the problem. They're probably down there, down below, so that's why I gotta go there right away.
Capture point secured.
Nope, they're not here. Which hopefully means I could take this relatively safely then. Just gotta watch the health. And fight for creep there while they're doing whatever the heck they're doing. Oh, they just went and got their health camp. That's all good there.
Capture point secured.
Alright.
Point lost. Capture point secured.
Okay, we got a decent amount of resources, but now I gotta figure out a transition, which honestly shouldn't be too bad since I got my third expansion. Sadly, I'm healing units I don't want to heal. Got an extra Luminite there.
Our forces have engaged in battle. Capture point secured.
Alright, speed boost, go. Give me more Luminite. Now I just gotta watch what the heck they're doing while I get myself all situated here. And ideally not get any of my units killed in the process, because they are aware of what's going on here, right? They should be. Okay, now I have the serum to actually tech up, which is fine.
Capture. Power low. Produce more power banks.
So I can tech up or go to tier 2 when this finishes. They're already fortified there a little bit. I have my own tech as well to an extent, but now we have control of the map for a brief period, which I think is the whole point of this build. So we can kind of take stuff in the middle there and just, hopefully, take advantage when they get replenished there later. We just gotta be ready for next phase, which involves scythes, I think, is how I understand this working. And the more fiends we kill, the less numbers they have.
Capture point lost.
Systems
Capture point lost.
Alright, so things are respawned, which is kind of what I like, because that means I can get the resources for the middle of the map at this point.
targeting systems active. Printer them. Terrain, no such. Re-entering. Targeting systems active.
Now, it's just a question of what I'm supposed to be doing for these fights. This may be a little bit late. But I think we're okay. Just gotta be careful of weavers. Because I probably did lose a lot of units there, sadly.
Cannon charged. Power core stable. Fleet entering. Power core stable.
Meanwhile, I'll get retaliation matrix, keep building.
Cannon charged.
And I did build this, so let's actually make use of it, shall we?
Capture point secured.
Cannon charged.
It doesn't at least allow me to grab resources there without feeling too punished, or at least too stuck in, but now I gotta know how to use these damn units. That's where I'm not well versed just yet in such an intense manner.
No such thing. Fleet entering.
Capture point secured.
Power core stable.
Yeah, we're...
Cannon
Capture point secured.
rough terrain. No such thing. Flight entry.
Yeah, just kill these things is pretty much the plan, is it? Because these things have pretty weak anti-air from what I understand.
Our capture point lost.
My strength is yours.
Power reserves low.
Cannon charged.
Our forces have engaged in battle.
Yeah, let them kill the Magmadons. There's not really anything on the ground, it's the main thing. That's the thought. We still have to kill them though, which should be very simple to do. Because again, they're very weak at their anti-air.
Have engaged in battle. Our outpost is being assaulted.
Yeah, I'm still pretty much mine relatively unhindered. It's annoying with how it's playing out, but I just gotta make sure I'm on top of them so I can actually utilize them.
Power core stable. Sweeping. Rough terrain.
Alright, so I don't think that's too terrible.
Our outpost is being assaulted.
Cannon charged.
We killed their entire army. Only thing I could have done better is maybe actually start expanding
Have engaged in battle.
while doing it. Apparently you weren't mining.
Research.
Cannon charged. Power core stable. Cannon charged. Power core stable.
Capture point lost.
Sweeping. Targeting system.
Alright, so let's just keep an eye on these buggers.
Cannon
Our
charged.
forces have capture point lost.
Terrain. No such thing.
And if possible, keep in mind where my morph cores are, because I'm gonna need them.
Flight entry.
I don't have a lot of theorem right now, although it's not terrible,
Secured.
'cause since my mining is still basically unhindered right now, I just need more of it.
The veil has parted. The path is chosen. Our forces have
Flight entry.
capture point lost. Need more theory.
Power core stable. Flight entry.
Why do I have a morph prism here? I didn't want the prism, but
Our forces have engaged in battle.
it is what it is, I guess.
Flight entry. Terrain. No such thing. Cannon charged. Rough terrain. No such thing.
Yeah, sadly, this looks like a losing situation. I think they just have so much economy right now, and I wasn't able to really punish it. Even after defending against their big push, they still got so much going for them.
What do you
And my rally point's all messed up here, so this is not looking promising. Although I still got plenty of Ethereum, I'm just not making good use of it.
Power low. Produce more power banks.
This is where it falls apart. I need to understand. I thought I was in good shape when I destroyed their army with very little loss of my own, but apparently not.
Power core stable.
My strength is yours.
Oh, now we're getting some lag, are we? So the problem is they're gonna max out there, and I'll have to somehow beat that again. And that begs the question, how can I beat that effectively?
The
Because now I lost a lot of my resources and I don't have any Ethereum. Which is kind of... Oh. That explains why, because apparently one of my workers were over here.
Our outpost is being assaulted. What do you see? Research.
Yeah, this unfortunately is a bit of a yeah. I think really just starting myself out on Ethereum is what hurt me there. I had a lot of promises, but just a lack of experience on where I was there. Because that should have been, in theory, a flawless defense on my part when they actually rushed everything to my base. I just didn't have really a follow-up, it seemed like. And of course, they were super greedy. I wonder... Well, if I had the Kree out faster to kind of get aggressive on the units, that's a different story, but... How greedy were they on the expansion? Because yeah, Devil Forge there. We know they were taking the map very quickly, without doubt. I'm just wondering how exactly do I punish that? With all the defense towers that they have. Since really only my scythes can actually break through their tower defenses. They got an expansion relatively quick there. Once I start getting Kree out, that's when I build a third. To kind of equate this slightly. Because at the moment we have the exact same income until this starts mining. So when do I get my third prism? Because yeah, now they basically have barely more than me. Because I do have prisms here. Otherwise, our economy is arguably similar. They did just build a third there. So they had that for a while. I think really with this Kree what I need to do is try and get aggressive on them. Although with brutes I can just... Yeah, this is part of the reason why I should get aggressive. Because these brutes can't chase me if I'm in a bad fight. My problem is how do I do damage? I can only really fight the imps and it's really tricky to do damage to them essentially. So I don't think... That was a misplay there, just don't know how to actually put pressure on them. Because let's see, 3 collection arrays, that's basically 1.5 bases there. So they have 8 and 11, that's pretty close to the same. I have 2 prisms here, so technically these 2 bases are on par and they're just starting to mine this. So if I build another collection array and a few more prisms, then we're still on equal footing there. And the food suggests that we're even as well, so far my economy is pretty good. As soon as I saw that third, I was wondering if I was behind or not, but let's keep in mind, I do have these towers. That helps tremendously in offsetting that, as that gives me free money. And my supply is still ahead there. And they literally have nothing but brutes, so... The Kree strategy works out nicely here, because... we reverse things around in that they're too afraid to push forward. I just don't know what to do with it, with this army. Well, it goes without saying at some point, I think the plan is I'm to stop building Kree. Since they're not helpful unless my opponent pokes on out aggressively. I'm just wondering... what kind of situation was it when he just bum rushed into my base and I basically lost nothing? I almost quite literally lost nothing there, yet it seemed like I was so far behind, because the Searing Purifier was the only thing that died in maybe 1 prism? Maybe a couple of structures, but we saw that my opponent was content to just rush in here. I tried to kill a few of their gaunts, but I didn't have scythes yet. I was only just starting to build scythes, which were on the control group, so that did reveal I was building them. And I probably lost a lot more than I liked there, because now their food's coming ahead there. 4 collection arrays versus there's 3. Let's see. How many prisms? That's 3. Would have liked that fully saturated, so 1, So 2.5 there at the moment versus there's 3. So I'm not really that far behind. This could have been mining. That would have helped offset that some. So if I can sneak in a prism here or there, or even get another collection array, then my economic situation should be good. It's just the fact that I don't have any more Ethereum elsewhere, which, in all honesty, the Ethereum situation is similar for both of us. It's only mine from 2 bases as well. So yeah, look how intimidating this army is. I don't need to tell you that. They shouldn't have that much more, because right now I have both these Ethereum mines, so it's not like they're benefiting from all the points in the middle of the map. It just feels terrifying when I only have frail little robot walkers that their only gimmick is they self-destruct when they die. Thankfully, the scythes are kind of what helps there. Oh, I apologize. Let me turn that down a tiny bit. That may be a bit loud. Yeah, because that's the only thing I'm aware of, is that anti-air for Infernals at the moment is really weak. So I just go in there, fall back. They have a 20 food advantage. So now I basically, if this was mine, I would have 2 fully saturated bases and then the third one there. And then at that point we'd be, yeah, at that point we would have the exact same amount of income. They're oversaturated on Luminite here, which means they'll eventually run out. And I did put a 3rd worker here at some point, which starved me out too, so. Surprisingly, everything looks pretty equal. Looking at it from the outside. Yeah, not too terrified about them, alas. Although, whoop, I didn't want to do that there. Oop, did I break the replay? I think I broke the replay. Yeah, because this is the most important moment, so I want to see what happened after that. Just to get a sense of the economic situation, because really it comes down to a lack of experience. I'm really terrified of having to fight Infernals, because they can remax and rebuild the army incredibly fast due to their traits. Heck, even their buildings just by default can immediately build units. And every 18 or so seconds they can build up 1 of 3 charges that allows them to spam out units really rapidly if they aren't using them actively. Which is really important when we're at maximum supply. They could just stockpile that and then rebuild an army. So it goes without saying I need to be really efficient for a lot of these fights. Actually, let me just try seek this forward to 10 minutes again. It'll take a moment, I apologize. But hopefully my solid state drive is up for a challenge. I really do want to learn the nuances here, because from what I'm seeing so far, it's not actually terrible. It seemed like we were kind of on par. Maybe I could have done a little bit better with an extra prism here or there. I did probably lose a lot of Kree, but as I hinted at, the Kree kind of fall off eventually when Magmadons or even a strong front line are present. If possible, I kind of want to send out their gaunts and outmaneuver them essentially due to my highest speed. So yeah, killed the gaunts there, fall back, get a couple more units. I did double up on the Sovereign's Watch, which did help me kill off the Weavers, but at the same time the Weavers are like the least intimidating unit, aren't they? I don't really have my Animancers or any special caster units for them to grab. So probably going after him wasn't needed, but and the Kree, at least they're gaining value by killing off the Fiends, if nothing else. Gaunts are pretty much dead. They have no more anti-air, and then they can clean up. And right now, my Ethereum, I'm low on Ethereum, same on Luminite, but part of that is due to these towers, one of which just got resetted. And I'm in perfect condition to just clean this up. It's just a question of what kind of damage they do, which I don't think they really did any damage. These Magmadons are weak to my scythes because I do bonus damage to them. I just gotta get closer to them to do more damage. And yeah, and I just lift up the collection array, so sure, my mining is hurting a little bit, but it's no different than pulling out workers to kind of keep them alive. So yeah, they literally killed nothing here. This is an amazing exchange for me. They still have supply advantage though. Just a little bit, and they are mining out here. I could have dragged out a little bit longer maybe. Yeah, because I cleaned up everything here. After that's all said and done, our supply's the exact same, which you would think that would have been a nice advantage for me, but I don't think I really had my production and everything in place to kind of follow up on that, I think. I do have the morph core out to get an extra base, but I'm completely starved out on Therium right now, apparently. Which is kind of funny, because Infernals are the ones that should be getting Therium starved, so why does it feel like I was outnumbered horribly when I see this? There's like 20... No, there's 15 Shadow Flyers, which are just suicide bombers for flyers, basically. Which is why they're terrifying for my scythes right now. And I got these guys killed. How exactly did they get killed besides the Shadow Flyers, of course? Because the idea is to try and split them to mitigate the damage some. Yeah, they got a massive, massive surge right there. Mainly because they're probably mining this. But even then, they're not getting the Therium. Everything up to this point felt really on par. It felt even. Just... Did I not have every... Do I need like a third Therium mine by the time a fight like that happens? Or at least at that stage of the game. Because all I hear about Infernals is how Therium starved they are, which is why they nerfed the Therium cost for their Spriggans, which is a flying unit that wasn't built that game. Instead they got Shadow Flyers to deal with my scythes, which in theory I could deal with so long as I'm aware of them. Because again, if I could split up my scythes and use that shield to absorb half the damage, then that's still a cost-effective trade for me. It's just a weird dance at the same time. Not terrible for me, but it can be if I'm not paying attention. Up to that point though, everything seemed good. It's just, I don't know how exactly I should play from there. Simple things I can think of is probably stop building Kree a little bit sooner. Especially when I do my transition as Scythes and then eventually Animancers. And then somehow get extra Therium going, which is entirely possible there. I should have broke down the trees and made it harvest the Therium over on my left, my third there essentially, then I got into my fourth. Overall I can't feel too bad. It didn't seem too bad anyway, but with the asymmetrical difference, it still remains to be seen if I should have a higher economy over them, if I should have better, well, we already know Infernals are supposed to be very Therium intensive, at least if they're going to be using Hellborn and Spriggans and all that. Okay, Titan's Causeway against Vanguard, which honestly I believe is super aggression more often than not. At least it's the most common strategy against Vanguard. Do I really want to do that? I would like to actually put a little more effort into learning the game, but... What the hell? Dang it. That is unfortunate. It's not as terrible as it seems. I'll be a few seconds behind. But not much. And I didn't get to scan them either, which I like the idea of scan, but at this point now that's too much of an energy drain if I scan and then do Sovereign's Watch.
Not enough luminite. Not enough luminite. Power levels critical.
Yeah, let's just kill a couple of these slimes. Preferably without the dog taking it.
Requires luminite. Power levels critical. Power restored. Operating at maximum efficiency requires luminite.
I don't really want to do an all-in there, but it's probably the most practical strategy I've been seeing to an extent. we'll see how it plays out, because I don't think yeah, well, I haven't really played enough multiplayers, let alone against Vanguard, to comment on how it works. Okay, so dog is here. That's fine. Dog's just busy trying to scout, see what we're doing. I wonder if they saw the morph core or not, though. Oh, I don't even know why I shot that, because I didn't need to.
My strength is yours. I stand ready.
Alright, so let's get on moving.
My strength is
Capture point
yours.
secured.
I stand ready. Forge.
Confirmed.
I don't know what we're going up against yet, but dog vanished.
My strength is
Dog could just
yours.
content with stealing the point, which is fine.
Quiver and quake. My stomping ground.
Requires override.
And quake. My stomping ground. The path forward. My
Power
strength
low.
is yours.
Produce more power banks.
The path forward.
Not enough
My
override.
strength is yours. Cleanse thyself. My strength is yours.
Not enough override.
Stand ready. Quiver and quake.
Not enough override.
Okay. So they did super greed, it looks like. I did not see any defenders, any units. And even though I didn't quite have enough units to probably fight that properly, because I did use my energy on the bobs, when really the smart play would be just to save my energy, turn off the autocast, and maybe save that for when they try and do a fast build like that. Although I think it was a fail in my opponent not noticing the one morph core when the dog was directly underneath me. Because I'm assuming they went super greedy here. No building, no structure. This is where a scan would have been immense. Remember how I was talking about how not scanning here early to help be really early on to offset the power drain? It would have spot a first barracks of some kind being built. In this case, him not building anything for like 10 seconds of the scan would have probably tipped off either them trying to mind game me or the fact they were going for expansion, which even then would have delayed their barracks for dealing with the said push. So there's not much to really see there. Not much to really learn, unfortunately, because my opponent played greedy, played economic centric, and I probably would have spot that earlier with a scan at the start. Because I think I checked it on replay. If I do a scan within the first 2 or 3 seconds, that's basically negating. I lose 10 power and I regain 6 of that by the time I'm using my Sovereign's Watch. So it was only a very brief delay. So it seems like it's worth it a lot of times, especially at the lower MMR, where, especially when I don't know the nuances just yet, to try and get that early read, early tell of what they might be doing. Otherwise, let's keep it going, I guess. Let us keep it going. Okay, Furious Resolve. We could do 3 very fast collection rays here. Because since it's a 4-player map, I can't really do anything aggressive and without really knowing where they're at. So I think economics is kind of the way I need to go.
Maximum gratitude.
God dang it. That annoying little bug. So I burnt my energy and got no intel. Because I didn't scroll my screen there, it's a weird bug in that case. I would have had to move or do something there to kind of not have that happen. Although I don't think it really affects my plan at all. Just in the random chance.
Power restored.
I spot them here, I can at least make it would open up an aggressive play at least. Since I'm already heading this way with my arc ship. But I think the plan is pretty simple. There's no reliable way to know where they are for anything aggressive. So we're just going to do our standard economic build. Although really a morph core over here would have been better, but at the same time my arc ship would have to be over here to utilize. Take advantage of the creep being here in the Sovereign's Watch, which, as you can see now, I recovered all the energy I lost from doing the scan. It's just more efficient to get the creep as quickly as possible for the economic benefit.
Requires more healing. Power levels critical. Need more power.
Alright, give me that money. And then we'll just see what the heck we can do. I don't think I want to grab the camp just so I don't give away where I am. I'll let them hopefully do the first move in that regard.
Not enough luminite.
Okay, I accidentally built a second prison, which is fine.
Not enough luminite.
A little bit sooner than I would have liked.
Insufficient power.
But we're okay once we get back in the green for production's sake.
Prime structure confirmed.
Alright, same strategy before. Max out my one mine here and then start getting luminite. Right now I'm just busy watching the mini-map intently.
Prime structure designated.
I stand ready,
Alright.
forged in light.
Begin my serum mining.
Ready. My stomping ground. The path.
Again, watch for points being taken, because that's really all I could do.
My strength is yours. The path forward. My strength is yours.
Capture points.
That wasn't what I wanted, unfortunately.
Path forward.
I thought it was far enough away they went. Well, I did do an attack move in there, to be fair. That might have been what happened.
I stand ready.
I don't know what my opponent's doing, but the fact I haven't got a camp yet probably works. I don't think they would be doing the same sneaky stuff I'm doing. Hopefully that's not too unreasonable, believe, due to us being lower MMR at the moment.
Forged in light.
Although I do need to figure out where they are, so let's at least safely check over on the right,
I stand ready.
because I might use that for an expansion point.
My strength is
Okay, so they did scan there because they kind of already knew I was here. I gave that away, to be fair. Well, not technically true. I could have used the Sovereign's Watch here over this gap.
face your doom. I stand ready. My stomping ground.
Alright, so we're safe over here, so I'm just going to have these structures on this side.
I stand ready. My stomping ground.
I don't think I can get the speed camp like I want.
I stand ready.
Prime structure designated.
Yours.
I want to grab this, but
Forward.
50-50 chance that they're there.
We're out of power. We need more power banks.
Oh, I just built that. That's why.
Yours.
Upgrade attained.
Okay, so they're probably completely across from me.
I stand ready.
So that's upgrade. They're building slowly, unfortunately due to the lower power. But that's corrected.
Secured.
And they still haven't gotten any points, which I'm fine with.
My strength is yours.
Oh, the fast archangels. Well, this is amusing.
Quiver and quake.
Power levels marginal.
Okay. I don't know how I should feel about this, but okay. Alright, now I should just go kill my opponent. Is the day 9 phrase when they're doing something weird like this. I just gotta be very careful of the fact that my Argents can be very vulnerable to dying when they have multiples like that, so we need a good economic backbone ready. Because you saw how much damage they did, that one Archangel did.
Our core stable. Greater them. Our core stable. Fleet and trim. Our core stable.
Now, I think the most important thing I need to do is get these watchtowers. So that way they can't go through the middle of the map to do that again.
Not enough luminite.
My strength is yours.
Rough terrain. No such thing. Cannon charged. Rough terrain. No
Capture point secured.
But they could be anywhere right now.
Maximum.
Okay, so they're over across from me.
rough terrain. No such thing. Cannon charged. Rough terrain. No such thing. Cannon charged. Rough
Capture
terrain.
point secured.
No such thing. Cannon charged. Power core stable. Fleet and trim. Targeting systems active.
Our forces have engaged in battle.
Rough terrain. No such thing.
Okay, that's 2 Archangels dead. I think I'm confident I could just go murder them. Never mind, they gave up. We embarrassed them so bad they died. They gave up. Alright. So the only thing to really gauge on this is, how did my economic situation go? That's all I can really base on. I don't think it was too terrible there. I think it was going on par. I just don't know if my strategy of just maxing out this mining here at my main before getting Therium is the right strategy, or the right optimization I need, because tech is really dang important for this mirror match. But they were opposite from me. I would have scanned here, found nothing, which, if I did see him, that would have allowed me a possibility to maybe put a bunch of creation chambers here and just go super aggressive. Which is something I was contemplating on doing, but it's a 1 in 3 chance on actually finding them like that. Otherwise, let's just admire my economy for a bit, since we already know what they're doing. Oh yeah, and another thought I didn't think of. If they didn't bother moving over here to mine Therium, they would be completely mined out at this point, right? Because look how little Therium they have right now. I think 2 is supposed to be optimum, but I don't think it's very optimum when you almost have no Therium to begin with, due to how early you get it. I think you're just barely faster at mining than it is to regenerate, especially when you have the arc ship directly on top too. Which means there's almost no travel time, which probably offsets that even further. Now they're down to 3, one of which is enriched. And they're completely starved. So yeah. They are really treading that line, aren't they? But yeah, Archangels didn't do much. I thankfully saw them. So that was pretty convenient there. But yeah, half my health taken in damage from them slamming down, which would have been incredibly terrifying if they waited until 2 Archangels. I still probably would have won that because, as you can see, that's like the only thing they have. Oh, and they also did get another base to help with their mine, alright. But yeah, although I think, yeah, I am surging a little bit too high on Serum with that said, honestly. Am I building? No, I'm not building the scythe shit. That's part of the reason. Although, even then... I built the Guardian Nexus. I'm trying to remember what I was building it for. Just upgrade my... Oh yeah, because I saw the Archangels, I was going to use that to upgrade my Argents, but I never got around to that. Okay, so much for admiring my economy. I have too much Therium at this point. Oh well, that was a weird game. Hello there, Medoris. Welcome to the stream. So far, we're 2 wins, 1 loss, and the loss was just unfamiliarity with how to deal with my infernal opponents. It seemed promising overall, but we're slowly climbing up there with the few matches I played thus far. I think if I win another, well, depending on my opponent, I'll get to Platinum 1 relatively quickly if I win a couple more matches. But sometimes the ladder points or the ladder points can be a slow crawl. Depending on my opponent. I may get like no ladder points. But at the same time, ladder points don't really drop when you lose either. It's just MMR that might fall. But otherwise, performance hasn't been too terribly bad, but with that Vanguard game, we didn't really have much time to judge how well that was. I was optimizing that all-in push. Okay, we got an opponent. Let's see. Game number 4. Let's rapid fire these out. Spider Keats, Fierce Resolve. Now, aggression is normally the name of the game here, but this map also allows for very heavy economic situation.
Maximum gratitude.
I saw a dog move out. Okay, so that might tell me something there. I didn't see a barracks at all, so I want to believe the same thing as I talked about before. Super fast aggression, and we found him.
Not enough.
Or no, super fast economy.
Not enough luminite.
So I might just want to go do that. Because I can get a bunch of resources here off this, and my arc ship is conveniently in a position where I could just build creation chambers right close to them. They will never suspect it. I don't want to do only all-in builds, but from what I understand, it might be necessary. I don't know what the mid-game is, if I'm honest.
Not enough luminite.
I really do need to put on the game. I just got lucky here spying them with the scan, so this justifies really aggressive play with their delayed barracks. Up here comes a Bob with a barrack.
Fine structures, our outpost is being assaulted.
So the name of the game here is to intercept whatever they're building,
Not enough luminite.
I guess.
Forged in light. I stand ready. Face your doom.
Power is
And now what I need to do is stop whatever is building
Forged in light.
coming in.
is being assaulted. Not enough luminite.
Yeah, what I need to be worried about is a Vanguard here.
My strength is yours. Cleanse thyself. My stomping ground.
Not enough luminite.
Quiver and
Our
quake.
forces have engaged in battle.
My stomping ground. I stand ready. My stomping ground.
Alright.
Insufficient power. Shutting systems down. Our outpost is being assaulted.
Stand ready. My strength is yours. The path forward.
Not enough luminite.
My strength is yours. stand ready.
I don't know the damage, how this fares, honestly.
Is yours. I stand ready. Forged in light.
Requires more midnight.
Cleanse thyself. My stomping ground. The path forward.
Not enough midnight.
My strength is yours. Cleanse thyself.
Requires more midnight. Our forces have engaged in battle.
My strength is yours. The path forward. My strength is
Okay.
yours. The path forward. My strength is yours.
Alright, time to return the favor, I think.
I stand ready. My stomping ground.
Not enough midnight.
I stand ready.
I shouldn't have done 2 of those power.
Forged in light.
Shouldn't have done 2 of those, but...
Unstoppable.
because that's hurting my economy a little bit, but we're good here.
Strength is yours.
That's the hope, at least.
I stand ready. My stomping ground. The path forward. You thing. Cleanse thyself. My stomping ground.
Requires more midnight.
I follow. My stomping ground. I stand ready. My stomping ground. The path forward. My strength is yours. The path forward.
Woohoo! There you go, Katie. There's a nice intense game for you. Bit weird how that panned out. I wonder what gave him to tell where I was. Considering they sent out Bob's as well, really early. I'm just wondering how they deduced where I was, because I will admit I got lucky finding them. It kind of set up for that push. I'm just wondering, I know their dogs are incredibly fast, so they probably scout all the bases. More than likely. So now it begs the question, what would have been my strategy if I didn't know where they were and they did that play to me? Because there they are pushing up top. So yeah, they basically scout all the points before they start hitting out. Although at the same time, yeah, that did let's see. Let me see how much they pulled, because after all, I did scan them after all, really early. I don't see a scan though, but I know, there it is. Yeah, so their Vanguard was incredibly delayed there. Yeah, and the reason it's seeing that text twice is because I rewind. So yeah, incredibly delayed barracks, so sure. They may have been... I may not have seen this, but at the same time, their barracks got delayed tremendously as a result of that. So they scout to one spot there. So I'm wondering what tipped off I was over on the left here. Sure, my scan would... If my opponent was smart, well, there's a couple reasons where they would deduce where I am based on the scan. Because there isn't a whole lot of reason for me to scan across. More often than not, it feels like. Okay, so their rush was incredibly inefficient. They did scout all the points, but at the same time, this could have gone a lot. They could have came in with this attack a lot faster too. It's just a shame I didn't have enough. I didn't have enough Argents to try and take out this one Vanguard coming out. That would have been really nice there, but... Alright, thank you for hopping onto the stream there, Medoris. Otherwise, yeah. If I had one more... Well, if I had this third one up there sooner, it still would have survived, I think, even with the extra energy. Yeah, I think the only one negative I could have done here was actually probably building my power bank over here sooner. Because losing these points isn't too terrible, in all honesty. Because all I realistically could have done was just build up my Argents, or just a big attack over here rather than deal with this. I feel like I could have gotten away with. It's just unfamiliarity. Yeah, I tried to attack this one worker and it's bugged out their AI. So that's a benefit right there. And they built the bunker, their second bunker, too far away to repair this. So thank God that third worker wasn't able to contribute. And thankfully, he can't get to the bunker. So, we got that cleared out. Now again, it begs the question. What would have been my option if I didn't know where they were and I wasn't able to do this cheeky shenanigans here? Because right now I have 10 food over them, in all honesty, and they're about to lose 3 more, I think. Because I'm pretty certain these guys don't get out in one piece. And I think I did lose 1 Argent there, but what that allows me for, I could grab a bunch of the camps here really easily, uncontested, get a bunch of money. I wouldn't have a clue what they were doing, but I would have control of the middle of the map, so actually would have had a substantial advantage, even if I wouldn't really be in a position to fight 3 barracks here. And it looks like they were doing a fast exo push. Big question though, would I have gone for a 3rd collection array or not? I would have had so much money I would not know what to do with. I probably would have got the 3rd collection array. And that could have been a failing if they got the hustle upgrade, whatever that is, that gives them movement speed for their exos, the regular marine units. Yeah, a lot of questions there I'm not sure about. But I'm happy for the win regardless, although I think I only got 2 ladder points out of that. So, we're left to wonder. I wasn't really paying attention, honestly, how my ladder points, if I'm honest. Because they can only really go up, it's more the MMR that probably matters. Because it determines who we face off against. And it'll influence what the ladder points are if I win or lose. Mainly if I win, because losing doesn't affect my ladder points. Just the MMR. But yeah, that was definitely tense. Very, very tense. I need to play more ladder games, and at least more proper matches rather than practicing on a skirmish and a little bit of solo co-ops to get more familiar with those type of shenanigans, because those are rampant, especially against Celestials, I think. Because they like to get aggressive. I think Infernals love to put their Shroud Stones in my bases as well. All sorts of annoying little things they can do. Although Infernals can be pretty strong in the mid-game as well. I just gotta get used to that experience though. Isle of Dread. We got ourselves some Infernals. Now, how will we do this? Well, I already know what I want to do there. Probably go to Fast Kree as usual. I just don't know which way I want to build my expansion with that said. Which probably is up, let's be honest. For some reason I saw it was down here. Well, let's get that ready for Kree this time. And sadly, these things do ridiculous amount of air damage again, so I'm gonna take... It's gonna hurt a bit when I try and use my Sovereign's Watch. To say the least. But if I can cut an opening here, that at least allows me to maneuver around a bit. Oh crap. Oh my god, that was embarrassing. I did not consider that, if I'm completely honest, about the prism timing exactly for that. So now my Kree build is hindered quite a bit there.
Requires more Luminite.
Or at least getting upgrades incredibly hindered. I should have at least deposited that. I didn't account for the range on those things too.
Power low. Produce more power banks. Prime structure confirmed.
Yeah, well, there's gotta be hiccups eventually there. And like I said, it's a bit of a slight oversight there on my part. Not considering that. So now we have no choice but to get a second prism there, try and offset that and get my tech going. And I didn't do my location hotkeys. That'd be kind of nice too, didn't I? Gotta use them a little more proactively, but yeah.
Capture point secure.
Alright, so I'm finally getting my upgrade. It's gonna be a little bit late, unfortunately. But if I can get this third collection raid, it should be okay. I would have enough Kree to maybe fight this, or at least take this point, especially if fiends come around.
Capture point secure.
Alright, roly-poly upgrade's almost done.
Research complete. Not enough Luminite.
Now let's get our resources and try and punish them somehow.
Not enough Luminite. Capture point secure. Not enough Luminite.
Oh, here they come. Oh, are they finding the camp? I probably want to contest that. Alright. Good news is I fought their I killed off their dang Hexen, which helps a lot with denying their fiends. So I think that was good damage there. Now I just gotta bully them. Yeah, if brutes I can't fight all that much, but I can punish them. I could go somewhere else. And kill the units that are worth killing, which are these gaunts.
Upgrade attained.
I gotta keep mine. Yeah, getting the fiends is not really helpful because I'm really good at killing fiends.
Have engaged in battle.
Now I just gotta get scythes. There we go. Now meanwhile, I actually gotta get building and grab their points. This is where the Kree are good for negating the one weakness I have, which is map control with Argents. But I need a transition, otherwise I'm gonna fall behind. Oh, so that refreshed. Yes, Mastiffs, help me fight your mortal enemy. They killed you in your last life. Ah, dang it. Lost the Kree there, which is supposed to be a mark of shame, from what I've been told.
Capture point secured.
Forged in light.
Need more therium.
Now I need more Therium. Bit of a problem when I don't have much Therium to begin with. I'm only on one base right now, it's soon gonna get mined out too.
I stand ready.
Now my opponent's stuck turtling, but now I gotta get ready for when they are done turtling and ready to fight me again. That's the big caveat I gotta be ready for.
My stomping ground.
Systems activate.
Capture point secured.
My stomping ground.
So they got weavers. Don't mean too much. Oh,
My stomping ground. The path forward.
I just want to kill the gaunts a bit and run away.
Is yours.
Because I can. That's the only reason I need, right?
Is yours.
Oh, I did make an extra arc ship too, so I better use that.
I stand ready.
Alright, so I like to think I did decent damage. It's hard to gauge in the heat of the moment, though, is a bit of the problem.
Power core stable. Cannon
Capture point
charged.
secured.
Rough terrain. No such thing.
But it's not terrible at the same time.
Cannon charged. Power core stable.
Capture point secured.
Power core stable.
Losing points is fine there.
Cannon charged.
To an extent.
No such thing. Cannon charged.
At a certain point I need to try and get aggressive with the scythes too.
Fleet and trim.
Yeah, and I apologize for the audio's kind of skipping out there too. That sometimes happens with my building.
Capture point.
Cannon charged. Rough terrain.
Alright, let's see where they're hiding.
Fleet and trim. Power core stable. Prepared for
Quiver and quake.
battle. Power core
Capture point secured.
fleet and trim.
Alright, let's keep our expansion going. Keep taking points and gotta be very careful of them just randomly attacking here. I need that watchtower.
Rough terrain. No such thing.
Because I just realized they took that Therium point or Luminite point.
Cannon charged. Rough terrain. No such thing.
Yep, they're getting scared, which I'm kind of fine with there at the moment.
No such thing.
Research.
Okay, we'll soon get animancers,
Structure confirmed.
and I just gotta keep my economy rolling. Oh god. Good thing I noticed that, jeez.
Must be placed on a mine.
Targeting system.
That could have been disaster right there.
Cannon charged. Left terrain, no such thing.
Alright, time to go scout and see what they have.
My stomping ground.
I have enough scythes to kind of get away with it. I just gotta be good at multitasking now.
Power core stable. Sweeping.
My strength is yours.
Research
Power
complete.
core stable. Light and terrain. Left terrain, no such thing. Cannon charged.
Yeah, I've gotta be mindful I am burning my energy doing this, but it'll keep them scared, and hopefully I can use that to my advantage. And I'm not doing very much Luminite mines, a bit of a problem,
Sweeping. Power core stable.
but I am getting extra collection rates, so at the same time it's not as bad as I make it sound.
Do you seek? Power levels critical. Need more power. Capture point secured. Capture point secured.
Oh, that was shadow flyers that just came in. I didn't notice them. But all their gaunts are in front, which is kind of okay there to an extent. Because now they should have very little anti-air. I just gotta fall back and preserve my units.
My strength is yours.
Light and terrain. Cannon charged.
I stand ready.
Systems activate.
Now, hard to really judge how I'm faring, if I'm completely honest, because I lost all my... Well, I didn't lose all my sights, honestly.
Power reserves low.
I just gotta keep mining,
What do you seek?
which is a hard thing to do.
What do you seek?
Power core stable.
Is chosen. Capture point lost.
Yeah, the only problem is I can't really go there in case they push along this chasm to my bases. Bit of a problem.
What do you seek?
Left terrain, no such thing.
The path is chosen. What do you seek?
Bunch of free kills are always nice, though.
Cannon charged. Left terrain, light and terrain. Left terrain, no such.
Bit of a scary game of cat and mouse there, because trying to figure out
Do you seek?
if I could take that or not.
Journey. What do you
Because I got so much Luminite here, I just don't know what to best spend it on with my limited amount of Cerium.
Power core stable.
journey?
Light and terrain. Left terrain, no such. Light and terrain. Power core stable.
Do you seek?
Cannon charged. Left terrain, no such.
Strength is yours.
Cannon charged.
Journey.
Systems activate.
What Our forces have engaged in battle.
Well, that was convenient there. They took a bunch of Sprigans. And important thing to keep in mind, my opponent isn't actually effectively microing and stealing my Animancers, it's on autocast. So that's... them stealing my Animancers isn't all as impressive as it may seem. Because I think that's the only thing to go after is high value casters.
That must be placed in cascade.
I think I really should be trying to build a bunch of resources and start pushing aggressively. Especially with my tier 3 arc ship, but it's a bit of a foolish thing to do at the same time. Especially since I keep forgetting about this poor thing.
Maximum gratitude.
Come on.
Our forces have engaged in battle. What do you seek? Journey.
My stomping ground.
Alright, so... bit of a tense match, but it's really hard to gauge how I'm doing is the problem.
Our forces have engaged in battle.
My strength is yours.
Especially with my, my units getting sniped really fast there. So they do sadly have the dragon there. So I think I'm pretty much dead at this point. Unfortunately. Nope. Arcship did make it out at least, but I need a way to harass them, which I guess is a good use for Kree, maybe? Hard to say, though. Any...
Our forces have engaged in battle.
We might be able to clear them out there, but at what cost?
Our forces have more energy needed.
At what cost is the honest question.
Need more thurium.
Yeah, because I'm out of Ethereum right now, unfortunately.
Fleet and train. Terrain, no such
It was going good. Yeah, like I said, that's the autocast that's triggering that, not really them, unfortunately. It was going really well too, I just don't know how to keep that pressure going. Because they get a bunch of towers which can defeat my Kree. And I really need to get aggressive with the scythe somehow. Get them out as quickly as possible for the transition, then maximize on doing as much damage as possible. Only problem is I don't really kill their command centers very quickly. So I would need a ridiculous number if I want to destroy bases. But otherwise, it was going really well. It just stalled because I don't know how I can keep the pressure going. Because then they can just comfortably build up, as you saw, and they can remax really well. They can rebuild their army incredibly fast. Which is a bit of the problem. But otherwise, the first portion seemed to go well despite my blunder. Keep in mind, I accidentally got my first prism killed, so I was on the back foot quite early on there. So the fact it did as well as it did is saying something about the early game at least. Yeah, we're at least grabbing points at the same rate as them just about. They are ahead on supply, but that's also because they went like troops first there. And just now they decided to get a conclave. Yeah, I saw him here and I was probably a little bit hesitant to try and fight. I could have stealed some of the creeper or at least got a couple of kills. Huh. Oh, they got another conclave, right? Yeah, they have another conclave and they got a fast expansion there. Killed the Hexen really quickly, so that's a big win. It means they have no effective means to continue to spawn these fiends outside of their brutes. Now the big question. Should I have fought these at all or not? They have less health than me, surprisingly, without their temporary health. But they also spawned the two fiends, which if I don't have my spinning cleave attack, that's really rough for me. I probably could have took that fight in all honesty, but it worked out decently enough because I just gone after the gaunts at a certain point. Yeah, this just works really well. Just kill a bunch of gaunts for free. Kill a couple more for free. Keep on pushing. So yeah, this is all really good and I managed to offset the supply deficit I had earlier. Kill a couple workers and it doesn't even look like I lost a single Kree because it's really obvious to know when one of these dies is because they make an audio cue with the bomb, or was it their self-destruct, and they also stop moving for a few seconds. So I did that run by and lost nothing. So yeah, everything here is going amazingly. What on earth went wrong though? I think it's safe to say the Kree opener is really nice. It starts off. Was it just a transition to scythes? Did I build Kree for too long? Because right off the bat my opponent went fast Weaver. And they're stuck turtling for a time being. Yeah, right now there's supply block because I killed that boar hut or that pig pen. So yeah, let's set them back a tiny bit there. They're barely mining there. Saturate. So right now I have better economy. So yeah, it's just dealing with their endgame, dealing with their max force. Yeah, for some reason my opponent also wasted... Oh no, No, okay, for some reason I thought my opponent put like that infest top bar ability on me. No, that's just the delayed visual glitch from the slimes over here. That reduced my armor. So yeah, this was a bit awkward because I had my Argents also rallied. It did work out well because these gaunts were kind of in the front line due to their speed upgrade that they got for them. So having them chase me can be a real burden for them because then I could just turn around randomly and just snipe a couple of these gaunts. And right now, supply is amazing. I have 20 food over them. So what the hell went wrong? Because yeah, I'm building my scythes now. I have decent therium. Yeah, I should be in good shape here in theory. Maybe my prisms are not I don't probably have as many prisms as I want because I accidentally have a bunch here in my Ethereum. Which thankfully I managed to save myself from starving out entirely, but yeah. It gave me a poor read on how my Ethereum collection was doing at the same time. Yeah, this is really tricky because as soon as I start building animancers, these weavers can just destroy them so immensely. I need a way I can actually kill them off, or at least trick them into not building weavers. Because right now, how many gaunts do they have here? Not a whole lot if they're building weavers, right? A little tricky here. 5, 6, 7... 8, 9, 10, 11. They probably have like 12 gaunts, Eric. They have as many gaunts as I basically have of scythes. I think that's part of the problem is not being aggressive enough with dealing with their gaunts, maybe. Forcing the burn theum to rebuild those. And at the same time delay their scourge flyers. I probably could have looked at it more. But let's be honest, I had an advantage there and I'm losing it. It's that simple. So I need to figure out that transition, or at least what to do with my scythes when they come out. Which basically is trying to get more aggressive. It wasn't bad otherwise. It's just a really awkward matchup for Celestials just because of how simple it is for them to pool my Animancers with the autocast, I think. I'm pretty certain autocast, kind of like how if you play in the beta with Celestials to start off with, the autocast would only select specific units. In the case of Celestials in the beta, if for some reason it's deliberately not charging the energy of my Animancers and Spellcasters, and instead charging up the Argents, which you don't want. It was kind of a reverse effect, but that mechanic is in the game there, and that's kind of what I think is happening with the dang Weavers. So I think if I see Weavers, I shouldn't just build Animancers, but what the heck can I build otherwise? More scythes?
Maximum gratitude.
Alright, so I'm building two, yeah, I'm just sticking on 2 bases for now. Not sure where they're at yet. I just know they're not up top, so I could safely go up there later.
Requires more luminite. Power restored. Operating. We're out of
Yeah, I want to turn it off there, but I also want to be close enough to start farming resources here off these guys.
maximum efficiency. Requires more luminite.
Alright, so that's built, just gotta get vision.
Power levels critical. Need more power. Not enough luminite.
Not quite getting much of a wall off here. And I gotta be careful that a rally point could be really bad for me there, I'm just realizing. Because if they get trapped in there, that's a bit of a problem. Oh yeah, and I was supposed to get Therium, wasn't I? Because it's... Dang, yeah, I was supposed to get the Morph Core first, or before the second, array here. That's unfortunate, but...
Activate prime.
It is what it is. Just my own monologuing not being used to this opener is probably what's hurting me a bit.
Power reserves low.
So my... Okay, so they're opposite from me. That's good to note. Because I... So I wonder if I could trick them by going over here and grabbing this point. Make them think I'm over in this area. Probably not, but I like the idea at least. Now I do need the dang upgrade though, is a bit of a problem. And the sooner I get it, the better.
Capture point secured. Need more therium.
Alright, so a lot of this is due to the fact I'm not surging my creation chambers so that way I can build up that therium for said maneuver.
Not enough luminite. Capture point lost.
Okay, so they took that.
Engaged in battle.
Oop, hesh.
Our outpost is being assaulted. Power level critical. Research complete. Our forces have engaged in battle. Our outpost is being assaulted.
Alright, just avoid them and go around and kill the Hexen, ideally.
Requires more luminite.
Okay, so
Our outpost is
getting a little too tunnel visioned, if only slightly. Alright, this is getting weird here. Yep, this game very weird. I'm probably messing with my macro management just a little bit too.
not enough luminite. Requires a luminite.
Yeah, probably messing that up a little bit, unfortunately. Yeah, because now I don't have enough Kree here, alas, so... But if I could keep killing some gaunts, that's worth it still. Yeah, this is very weird engagement right now. But can I at least still transition? Not very well, at least.
Our outpost is suffering. Not enough luminite.
Alright, we're still fighting, if only barely.
Unable to construct them.
Not very impressive, because I'm probably still behind is the only downside here. That's the big downside there, is I'm probably just behind. If I got this creation or collection array over here sooner, that probably wouldn't be as bad, but oh yeah, I only have a single Star Forge, so I gotta keep that in mind too.
Prepared for battle.
Alright, so I think we're done with that there.
Stable.
Okay, so they're rebuilt. I wonder if they saw a collection array or not.
Cannon charged. Rough terrain. No such thing. Flight and trim. Rough terrain. No such thing.
Can I go after them? They are slower brutes, but where the heck are they?
Rough terrain. No such thing.
Requires more than
Sweeping. Power core stable. Flight and trim.
our forces have engaged in battle.
Cannon charged. Rough terrain.
Our outpost is being assaulted. Our forces have engaged in battle.
So this is really weird. Why can't I build from this thing? Okay, something may have bugged out, because last I checked, my arc ship is still here.
Cannon charged. Power core stable.
Oh boy, this is a bit of a problem, isn't it? Apparently it's...
Cannon charged.
Well, that is unfortunate. I wonder what triggered that there. Well, I fumbled that quite a bit without a doubt. But with how aggressive they were, was I in a decent shape or not? That was the big question. Because I won't lie, getting the third creation array is very greedy. Ooh, excuse me. Getting the third creation array is very greedy, without a doubt. And I did suffer a lot of losses. And with if I could get the collection array back over here in a decent amount of time, then I would argue it was in decent shape. I would argue at the very least, but I think it was very sloppy of how it controlled that and executed. Never mind the fact I was supposed to get the rollout a lot sooner. Ideally, when I get the first creation array, or even right at the very beginning, also works. I'm supposed to move that prism over to Therium. That way I can get a nice stockpile ready for when I do the rollout. I wonder what triggered that there. Huh. Yeah, so keep in mind, all this was on a single... Well, they did get a conclave too, and they're just starting to mine from a second. So this is where the timing for rollout would have been so important just for its aggression. And also, another thing I completely forgot about because of how I fumbled at the beginning of the game. I could have done Sovereign's Watch here to kind of add a little bit of defensive pressure too. Remember, I had that dang top bar beam I could have used. So that was kind of my fumbling right off the bat. A lot of things I did wrong there. But yeah. I held it off at the very least, so that's something. But still a floundered game, sadly. Despite all that, because I actually could have defended against that a lot faster. Which means maybe I should try it again for a 3-player map like that, maybe? Because that could have worked there with the timing. Because as soon as they start pushing me, my rollout was almost done. If I had got that on time, it actually would have been ready before they got to engage. At least I survived the push. I guess that's the one thing I can brag about, right? Mandolin, I can't remember if this is the same fella or not. Maybe I played against this fella earlier, but probably not the last match.
Maximum gratitude.
Okay, right now they are not doing anything. Not even moving their hex in. So they're either AFK or it's a lower ranked player.
Requires more luminite.
I wonder what intel I can get off that, besides the fact that they're just behind right off the bat. I didn't pay attention to their worker count though, see if they got any extras or not. Oh, and let's not forget about this. So the plan is just shift Q over here so it could jump to mine here as soon as it does its first trip.
Not enough luminite. We're out of power. Build more power.
Kill some of these guys for some resources.
Requires more luminite.
And then get my morph core ready.
Not enough luminite.
I didn't kill that fourth one, that really sucks. Missed out on a little bit of resources, which does help, which affects with timing a whole lot there is the main reason why that's a big deal. Because again, a few seconds can mean the difference between holding off that last push I dealt with and otherwise. Because we saw how close my upgrade was for the Kree, just for that alone.
We're out of power. Build more power banks.
I think I'll get the roll up first, I guess. The time they denied themselves hopefully will allow me to do that. Although with that said, I probably don't need extra searing for a bit.
Power levels. Not enough luminite.
Probably should have. If I'm gonna surge, I might as well have gotten the 2 mine therium, honestly.
Not enough luminite.
Because it's gonna be cut close, yeah. That's the reason why I should have got a second one. It doesn't time out the best with the surge unless I get that out sooner. Okay, so they are back. They are doing stuff.
Research complete. Capture point secured. Need more therium.
Now get these Kree going and see if I can get my economy situated decently enough. I kind of want to gauge them, if I'm completely honest. I can get that later, but where the heck are they?
Our outpost is being assaulted. Our forces have engaged in battle.
Yeah, I don't know how to best engage this, dang it. Bit of a problem. Because now they're not mine. Okay, one of them died. That's all I could tell you there.
Our forces have engaged in battle.
And they do have a bunch of defenses. Yeah, this is the problem. How do I punish them? I have map control. I guess that's the main thing I should be happy with, really.
Mettle of luminite.
Because I can see when they poke out. I just gotta be ready to capitalize on it. It's the thing. Then I gotta figure out how to do actual damage to them.
Requires more luminite.
Yeah, there was no point in me coming back because my arc ship can't actually heal my troops when it's busy upgrading.
Requires more upgrade attained. Capture point secured. Prime structure confirmed. Not enough luminite.
Quake
When does this finish? Okay, I was wondering, when does it finish?
is yours.
Oh, I'm doing this wrong.
I stand ready.
Just a wee little bit.
My stomping ground.
But getting the Luminite mines should help a little bit, so long as I'm busy getting the Therium. Actually, I need to surge these two. The sooner I get these, the better.
Stand ready. You sting. The path forward.
Because right now, my opponent is really scared.
My strength is yours.
Capture point lost.
I stand ready.
Alright.
My strength is yours. The path forward. My stomping ground.
Okay, so they got Magmadons already, that's fine.
Cannon charged. Power core
This is where the scythes are really impactful, if I do this right.
prepared for battle. Rough terrain, no such thing.
Capture point lost.
Targeting systems active. Fleet entry. Rough terrain, no such thing. Fleet entry.
Our forces have engaged in battle.
Although, it seems like they're still going to destroy my scythe, sadly. They got too many of these cursed things.
No such thing. Fleet entry.
Which hopefully means they don't have good economy right now.
Cannon charged. Power core stable.
Because still got a lot of Luminite.
Not enough luminite.
Power core stable. Fleet and trim. Systems.
Can we at least get the watchtower there? Because once I get a good critical mass, I could probably do some decent damage.
Capture point secured.
Yeah, and the reason my minerals are starved now is because I'm trying to get an extra collection array right at the moment.
Not enough luminite.
Fleet and trim. Rough terrain. No such. Fleet and trim. Systems activate.
They got so many gaunts, good god.
Fleet and trim. Systems activate. Fleet and trim.
Our forces have engaged in battle.
Power core stable. Fleet and trim.
They have so many gaunts, good god.
Flight and trim. Targeting systems active.
Well, so much for my theory about just brute force him down.
Systems activate.
Not enough.
Now I wish I had animancers.
Not enough luminite.
Power core stable.
Requires more luminite.
Because animancers would be good in this situation.
No such thing.
Well, let's at least try and keep them on us for the time being.
Battle.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
Power core stable.
They don't have the speed upgrade yet, but do they have the... They don't have either their upgrades yet either.
Cannon charged. Power core stable. Flight and trim.
Now, can I bait them into my blast nose? That would be the dream.
Cannon charged. Targeting systems active. Cannon charged. Rough terrain. No such thing.
Requires more luminite.
Flight and trim. Power core stable. Cannon charged.
I think part of my problem is not having the retaliation matrix, which buffs my damage. The more they my shields, they hit my shields.
Rough terrain. No such thing. Flight and trim. Targeting systems active.
Our outpost is being assaulted.
Cannon
Our forces. Insufficient power. System down.
Cannon charged. Power core stable.
Our outpost is
Flight and trim. Rough terrain, no such thing. Cannon charged. Rough terrain, no such thing. Flight and trim. Rough terrain.
Our outpost is being. Power reserves low.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No such thing. Cannon charged. Power core stable. Sweeping. Targeting systems active. Flight and trim. Targeting systems active. Flight and trim. Rough terrain. No such thing.
Okay, so we're starting to get our animancers at the least, but they're not quite ready yet. Can we deny them their vision at least? Yeah, they probably saw us due to the watchtowers probably go on. Okay, thankfully they did not see animancers yet, so they'll be in for a shock pretty soon.
Requires more luminite.
Now I wonder if I switch over to sabers at this point,
Research.
or is that too ridiculous? Because sadly, oh, can we kill this thing, Harbinger? Probably not. Oh, they saw the animancers because I had them with the army. But at least we're getting our economy going. I just need said animancers and watch them immediately build some weavers, because that's the same structure. Yeah, that is tied to. Yeah, I'm just losing my train. It's not there. Getting weavers is the same structure as their gaunts, so that's a bit of a problem there.
Journey. The path is
Alright, let's kill them.
new arena. Maximum gratitude.
Alright, this is a good engagement. They kind of have to fight into this because I'm destroying their base right now. Although, did I lose my scythes? Yes, I lost my scythes.
Not enough energy.
Couldn't kill the base, sadly. But we are healing up there, so we could at least still do decent damage.
Our forces have engaged in battle. Do you see?
That was good damage at least. Nothing permanent. Nothing that's stuck, sadly. Let's try and punish them while they don't have weavers out.
Eyes illuminate me.
Because who knows how long that's going to last till weavers get in.
Placed in the cast master. Our forces have engaged in battle. What do you seek?
Do I have enough energy for the Veil? I do now. Because, yeah, that's another thing. They don't have weavers, so they can't... Well, they have the shadow flyers, which actually are detectors.
Quiver and quake.
The veil has parted. Upgrade attained. What do you seek? Journey. Maximum gratitude. Zalu Bewa. Maximum gratitude.
Okay, they got Hellborn and a single weaver.
Capture point secured. Journey.
So I should be able to brute force this to an extent.
Forged in light. Quiver and quake.
The path is chosen. Journey. Capture point lost. Our forces have engaged in battle.
My strength is yours.
Bit of an awkward exchange. I wasn't looking at the main map to kind of prepare for that, as that was the entire point of that engagement.
Capture
Force them to go through a choke point instead of going around like that.
Quiver and
And it'd be nice to get an extra arc ship as well, profilely.
maximum gratitude. Eager to strike.
my stomping ground.
Oh my. We finally won a game. Somehow. Despite that awkward mess. Very awkward mess, and I'm 11 points away from becoming Platinum 1. So, I don't know how exactly my streak was overall. I think it was even wins and losses. Actually, let me look at, what is it? Untapped.gg. Where? Oh, I don't even have my internet browser up, so let me just put that up just to see how many games I lost. So looking at today's matches, where are they? Ooh, I won 4 and lost 3, so we actually got a positive rating there. MMR unfortunately didn't change at all. So my 4 wins equals the MMR I lost, but I gained 21 ladder points. 57% win rate. Okay, so that's a positive deal. It's progress, just no MMR gain. Now, let's have a quick look at that replay before I call it a night, I think. Was kind of hoping to maybe play a couple more, but at least we got ourselves some variety of matches and not just a mirror match. And the one mirror match we did was a really off-base one, to say the least. But I think the moral of the story there was the fact that they went heavy on gaunts and didn't borrow on weavers, which I'm kind of thankful for, since just how easy it is for them to get weavers, because like I said before, it's the same structure that they use to get those gaunts that fight my scythes in the air. And they had a lot of them, don't get me wrong. So I'm a little bit shocked. Well, I'm surprised they didn't take the scythes as seriously, well, or it's not, they took the scythes a little too, I wonder what, if was that just part of their build now that I think of it, and not just them seeing my scythes? Because I don't think they see my scythes at all. They have the brutes there, of course, because that's their meaty unit, and it turns into fiends. Unfortunately, they lost a couple of their fiends there fighting this guy, but considering how tanky they are and how much damage they do, that's kind of understandable, I guess. I got my Kree at a decent time, although, well, I got the research at a decent time. I could have got 2 more Kree here in time for it, which probably would have changed this dynamic a little bit. Now I'm trying to look at these structures. I think there's a visual indicator when they're not being training units, and they'll eventually go inert when they have all 3 charges. This guy was looking for, see if they gave up on brutes or not. Otherwise, this is a very awkward engagement, since I pretty much got nothing done, it feels like. I did stop mine for a little bit, so that's something, I guess. And then finally, after a few seconds, I get what, 3 or 4 of them. At the cost of, I think, yeah, I lost one of my Kree there at some point. I'm assuming I lost the Kree at least. I didn't hear the timing or the explosion, though, otherwise. Oh no, none of them died, never mind. Oh no, that was the one that was rallied in due to being built. 8, 9, yeah, I have an odd number, so I did lose one. Considering I destroyed 3 imps and forced an early tower here, I guess that's not too shabby. And again, it gives me map control, which I did use it quite well to grab the camps, grab the Luminite mines. I was just wondering when they would decide to poke on out there. That's always the risk. With me so far back here, and I was actually going to heal these guys because my arc ship can heal them, but when it's busy upgrading to tier 2, it can't really do that. So what on earth were they building? Nothing but gaunts. If I kept building Kree, maybe I could have done a lot of damage here. Or just, because they didn't have any upgrades for the longest time either, which even includes their movement speed buff, which is a big deal. I can run them down and try and execute said gaunts, which is also what part of these Kree are supposed to do. They're supposed to thin out the number of gaunts if my opponent overextends a bit, but they got really fast Magmadons. It's an easy enough solution to deal with them just to run away, because even my Argents can outpace the Magmadons, at least early on. Yeah, 4.5 speed here, 4.5 speed there, so yeah. Just never engage the Magmadons is the ideal way to deal with them. A little tricky when they decide to walk into your base, though. I was really hoping to bait them over here for my defensive towers, but in the end, at the end of the day, they kind of trapped themselves some. Yeah, this is where I guess they have enough gaunts to just murder me, unfortunately. Yeah, if my Kree were there to kind of thin them out, that probably would have been a different story right there. The trick is how narrow these points are, really. It's really hard to get around and get into the gaunts. Unless I could force the Megalodons to use their stomp attack, which destroys the trees, then that changes that dynamic. But not really something I was counting on or really thought about. I just got in there thinking I could brute force with my scythes, but no. Not the strategy. And I still have quite the food advantage too, because they haven't even got their third yet. I'm about to get mine. 3 workers there, none here. And I got 2 many workers on the Ethereum node, which thankfully didn't mine it out. But the optimized number is 2, at least. So that way you never run out. There's a big risk of running out here if I don't pay attention to it. So yeah, lots of gaunts, a couple of magmadons. So yeah, size are definitely not the answer here, and Krees, if I had kept building them, would have destroyed these gaunts if done right. Or do they have any sign of upgrade? No. Okay, now they're getting the Plague Axis, so this is around the time where I check their upgrades. Plague Axis is what allows them to get gaunts just with their, or get fiends just with their gaunts now. As opposed to their Hexen, which, is that dead? Did I kill a Hexen? Okay, here comes this fun moment. Yeah, I'm aware they're about to backdoor me, unfortunately. Thankfully, there's not a whole lot here. The collection ray survives, 2 of the prisms get out. So we managed that decently enough. And these guys just get to mine, right? Not mine Ethereum, but at least they're put to work. So yeah, they didn't do a whole lot for being cornered. I just sadly wasn't in a position to actually deal with them yet. Because without a doubt, if they pushed in here, wait, all the while, let's not forget about it took them a little while, but they did snipe my collection ray head down here too. But I think it was fair trade. We killed about 10 or 12 of their gaunts, if not more, for that collection ray. So it worked out in my advantage a little bit if I'm quick enough to rebuild. Because yeah, you're flying back. That's all good. We're seeing out some of their numbers. I do have a slight food deficit, only very slight. And they still don't have their third yet, so I think we're okay here. Once this gets to mine again. Because I'm technically mining on 1.5 just with these 2 bases alone. So this will help offset, especially when I get my next morph core. Where am I building? Yeah, I'm building my next morph core to help get my economy built back up. And right now, this is a very awkward army, isn't it? It's more air than actual ground forces right now. And thankfully, I decided to just forfeit the scythes altogether, which pans out decently because they decided to start getting shadow flyers now rather than the weavers. Very weird game. I need to be able to accurately get a good read on what the composition they want to go for there. Because that's going to be the really tricky thing. They could get gaunts and weavers from the same damn structure. So I need to somehow see what they're building. And it takes them... It only takes 3 seconds for them to build too. They just have to wait for the charge to come up. Oh, 2 more conclaves, so they're getting ready. They're getting ready for more gaunts and more weavers. And then, yeah, finally, after waiting forever, it felt like, I finally got my dang Prophecy of Doom. And that easily changes the dynamic of this, because I have the right composition for once. And I do have the theme to get like 3 or 4 weavers. All I really need is 2 extra... I think really what I need is 2 more animancers than they do weavers. In the best case situation. Because at least then... Ooh, and this I'm happy with. I scanned the area there to get some early warning and then just put the storms down in advance. Because my opponent doesn't really have much of a choice, do they? If they want to keep this base alive. A little bit oversaturate, but you can see the damage it already did. Yeah, sadly we weren't able to kill the dang base. But you could see in the food supply was definitely worth it. And my poor fella, I think I unfortunately suicided my scythes here in the Syrian patch. I didn't actually see that. And surprisingly, these guys last for a good long while. If my opponent decided to build Spriggans instead of Shadow Flyers, this would have been a different game, probably. The Spriggans being their flying harassing unit. Flying attacking unit. Yeah, I think it's over now. I actually have Devil's Supply. I didn't realize it went that well. But yeah, that was a good game to end off on at least. Hopefully you enjoyed those, kitty. I'm gonna get myself ready to call it a night. And I don't know if I'll get another stream tomorrow, but it was good. We got ourselves at least slightly more matches than normal. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I will see you next time.